Let's draw a realistic pumpkin. My first biggest tip is to have a sharp pencil. I also like to have a pumpkin to look at, and we're going to draw the pumpkin from the side rather than from the top. So if you have a pumpkin around you, bring it to your table so that you can look at it as you draw. The first thing I notice about my pumpkin is that it is a big oval with a stem on the top. So I'm going to lightly draw in a big oval. Then, lightly, I'm drawing in the different segments in the pumpkin with ovals again. When I decide that I like that shape, then I can darken it after. Drawing lightly allows me to change if I didn't like it the first time. Because I know that a pumpkin needs to sit flat on the ground to be stable, I'm working to make each segment line up so that my pumpkin would look like it's sitting flat on the ground. I'm referencing my pumpkin that I have in front of me to make more decisions. I'm looking at the stem. I notice that the stem is angled when it's near the pumpkin and then straight above. I'm also noticing that the pumpkin has more segments that are behind and overlapped by the stem. When I look at the coloring and the lights and darks in the pumpkin, I see that there are a lot of darks in the middle of the segments, on the bottom, and on the outside of each of the segments. That is my job to add those in. I can use any kind of marks that I know of. I could use a gradual mark, a hatch, a crosshatch, or a scribble stumble mark. I'm going to use the gradual, the gradient mark. I'm going to start by shading in the darkest parts of the pumpkin. I'm noticing that on the left side of the pumpkin is a really dark. To make this dark, I add a small layer of a bit of pencil, and then I go over that again with more pencil and another layer of more pencil to make it darker and darker. I'm darkening the outside of each segment and leaving the insides lighter. I can use my finger to push around the graphite in the pencil to make gradual blends as well. The paper I have underneath my hand is to keep from smearing and smudging the pencil I've already put in my drawing. Again, I only add a little bit of pencil at a time. Over and over, I'll add darker layers, but I don't want to go too dark too fast. Doing gradual layers of pencil allows me to build up the darkness without having to erase too much or ruining the paper. Now that I've been drawing a while, my pencil is beginning to get an angled tip. This angled tip is useful for drawing smoothly. I am not going to resharpen my pencil at this point because I am adding in the values. When shading in the stem, I wanted to add dark line areas to represent the different crevices and wrinkles in the stem. Then I shaded around each of those wrinkles to create a gradual dark to light. Adding a horizon line makes it look like my pumpkin isn't just floating on the paper. And also, adding in a shadow helps to show that the pumpkin is sitting on the ground. The shadow should be approximately the same shape as the thing that you're drawing. Also, adding into your shadow gradual lights and darks with your pencil will help it look more realistic. The last thing I'm doing is taking an eraser and going in and erasing the areas that I want to be very, very bright and white. I smudged it a little and then signed my art.